Maya's First Cloud. A story by Be-Uncoachable. Maya was a girl who collected questions. She had questions about wiggling worms and questions about the big blue sky. But her most favorite questions were about the clouds. On drizzly afternoons, she'd press her nose to the cool window pane and watch them sail past, giant, sleepy ships on a gray sea. One afternoon, Grandma called Maya over. She held a dusty wooden box that smelled of cedar and secrets. Inside, nestled on soft velvet, were 3 beautiful, empty glass jars. For a collector of special things, Grandma said, her eyes twinkling. The jars seemed to shimmer with a quiet, secret magic. Maya looked from the shimmering jar in her hands to the vast sky outside. A wonderful, impossible idea sparked in her mind, bright as lightning. Special things, she whispered. What if I could collect a cloud? Her heart did a little flip-flop of excitement. She grabbed the biggest jar, pulled on her yellow raincoat, and raced out the door. The sky was an art gallery of clouds. There were thin, wispy ones like brushstrokes and big, grumpy gray ones. Then she saw it, a perfect, puffy cloud that looked like a giant scoop of whipped cream. That one, Maya cried, pointing a triumphant finger. I choose you. She stood on the very tips of her toes, stretching her arm up, until her shoulder ached. She held the magical glass jar open, aiming for the fluffiest, softest-looking part of the cloud. Here, little cloud, she whispered, her voice full of hope. It's okay. You can come down. And then something impossible happened. A perfect little piece of the big cloud detached itself. It didn't fall, it danced. It swirled and twirled like a sugar-spun ballerina, drifting gently down, right into her waiting jar. Poof. With trembling fingers, Maya screwed the lid on tight. She peered into the jar. The little cloud wasn't just floating, it was alive with light. A soft, warm glow pulsed from its center, like a tiny, happy heartbeat. The glass grew warm in her hands. Wow, she breathed, her reflection sparkling in the glass. She carried her treasure inside as carefully as if it were a sleeping kitten. She placed it on her bedside table, and her whole room filled with a gentle, comforting light. I think I'll call you Puffy, she told the jar. You're a cumulus cloud, a happy weather cloud. In response, the little cloud seemed to pulse its light a little brighter. Just before bed, Maya peeked out her window one last time. The setting sun had painted the sky in shades of orange and pink. Streaked across the colors were long, thin clouds, like feathery brushstrokes. Cirrus clouds, she remembered Grandma saying. The artists of the sky. Maybe I can find a friend for Puffy tomorrow. Tucked snugly in her bed, with Puffy glowing softly on her nightstand, Maya smiled. She had collected a question, and it had turned into a friend. She had a real piece of the sky right here in her room. Closing her eyes, she dreamed of the new cloud shapes and stories tomorrow would bring. Like, share, and follow Be-Uncoachable for more beautiful stories.